Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We're here for the second semi-final matchup. Ireland taking on Australia. Was the final not too long ago. These two sides going head-to-head. It's going to be a great one. And now they are making their way out onto the field. Shani Williams, Demi Hayes, Madison Levi. Then it is Charlotte Caslick, Madison Ashby, Faith Nathan. And then it is Celia, who is there for Australia. That is their starting lineup. Then for Ireland, they have been a tough outfit for a long time in the seventh. Stacey Flood, Eve Higgins, then Erin King, then it will be Murphy Crowe, Lucy Mulhall, then Emily, I said that very weird, Emily Lane, and then also McCabe is the last name in the starting lineup. LJ has said, hi, welcome in, mate, but we do know whoever wins this game, they will be going on to face off against New Zealand in the final, who were just able to get their way over the line up against France. Now we are ready to go. Australia, they did have a very strong quarterfinal, winning that one 55 points to nil, whereas Ireland, they had a tough game up against the USA, in which they were able to sneak by and get themselves a victory. We have got there. Let's go, Aussie. There's David the Mod. Yeah, there could be a chance that we see a Trans-Tasman final here. And right, Seb, both arms above the waist. You can do it, says Sebastian. There as well. Just look straight at me, Sebastian. I'm sure that won't be any problem at all for yourself. But now, going back across, it is going to be now in the hands of Australia, trying to get themselves another Australian title for a leg of the series. I should mention they've already won the whole series, Australia, with the points. Shani Williams, short ball off the Celia now, trying to break her way forward just a little bit further, but Erin King able to make the tackle. Charlotte Caslick, she is going to run it in, and that will be the first try of the match for Australia. And 34 seconds, they have been able to go in and score themselves a try. And also we have their Hydra Charlottes. Says Katie Dixon, and also we have got to come on Aussie girls, win here and then win against the Kiwis, says Craig, and also just score Ireland, says Oldie, and also we have got there, make this one clash for the final. But now it's nicely done by Charlotte Caslick, was able to run it in and try for Charlotte. There's Sebastian there as well, but that was a very quick one for Australia, and that will now make it 7-0, same as the number on the back of Charlotte Caslick. Number 7 for Australia, and she's probably got about 7 tries throughout the series. And also, Charlotte is so pretty. And there says down with the mob, but that will be the first try, the first conversion, and the first points of the game between Australia and Ireland. And at the semi-final, Shani Williams about to kick this game off once again now for Australia. Taken nicely just outside of the 22, and it is the try-scoring machine, Lucy Mulhall, who has been looking very good throughout this sevens. And at Langford. And that's the thing, Ireland at the moment, I believe it's coming into almost summer, or it's a little bit warmer in Ireland at the moment. So they won't be enjoying these cold conditions, although they won't be completely unused to them from the cold winters that they do get up north. Whereas Australia, this will be cold. They will not be used to this kind of thing because, I mean, on the Gold Coast, in Sydney, anywhere you're about, you're probably looking at about mid-20s at the moment. And who's Charlotte? And there says Alaskan. That is Charlotte Caslick, the one who was about to do the line-out throw. And the Australian co-captain? Is she captain? I think it's actually Demi Hayes, isn't it? Who is the captain of Australia. But now that's going to be the penalty in favour of Australia. Demi Hayes takes the tap, and they'll be using their backline once again. Charlotte Caslick offloads it. Nice little link up between her and Madison Ashby, and now it's going to be a good one. And I believe that is going to be the tryout on the wing for it is Elisa Leffel. No, it's not. It's Faith Nathan. That is a lot easier to say. We'll go with that. And also we have got their Queen Charlotte. And there says Sebastian, but Charlotte Caslick popped the ball up to Madison Ashby. Madison's a very common name in the Australian side. I've just realised there are 2 Madisons. I think that is the only name that does overlap. Yes, it is. And also I remember you from the other night, says David the Mod there. I think he's gone through his slightly, I guess you could say, his training. Now I think he's better behaved at this stage. And also, is she the Aussie or Ireland? She is the number 7 for Australia. Australia are chasing their 27th Cup final and 4th this season, so it would be impressive to see if they can do so. But currently 14-0 for Australia over Ireland with 4 minutes left in this first half. Something's going to have to change very soon. 10 degrees at 15 p.m. in the UK at the moment, says Fleshin. Is that considered kind of warm? Or is that considered like pretty cold for you guys over there? Because I know that the UK can get some really rough days. Same as us, every once in a while we do get that real low one. It's 10 degrees here, and it is currently 9:15 a.m. I've just looked on my weather radar. But now, pass on the inside. Ireland have got this ball, and they're trying to find a way over the try line for the first time. Higgins now has fired it off into the hands It was McCabe. I think it was a little bit high. Yes, it was. No, it was offside instead. Now 3 minutes 15 left in this first half, and another team will not score against the Aussies. Let's make the final score 40 points to nil. And also that you don't. And yes, says David, no. Says unless no bloody Golden May. Says Flesh in there. See, my time zones and also my seasons are always off. Let's go Ireland. Let's go Ireland. Let's go Ireland. Says Alaskan Island or Alaskan Lion there, I should say. For now. Another scrum reset. The Australians won't be minding that too much. Uses up a little bit more time on the clock. Lane about to feed this ball in, but I'm looking straight at that lady there, Lucy Mahal, to be able to go over and get herself a try in this game. At least one. Let's go, Ireland. Let's go. Says Alaskan Lion, but now going to be passing it back across field. The back line for Ireland. It's been crisp throughout this competition. Now Mahal ball on the outside. Now nice run forward. It's going to be Murphy Crow. Stepping back on the inside on the halfway line now for Ireland, and this is the most position that they've had. And also, he's ruining my reaction. Now passed across. I can't even. Oh, no. That is going to be going down. I was going to say I can't even really read that out, but I realized I read it under my breath, didn't I? And let's go, Ireland. Let's go. And there from it was Alaskan Lion. Australia have scored 29 tries this week on the record. Is 31 by New Zealand in 2018, so they are about to be able to beat Alaskan Lion. I think you are trying to get timed out, and David the Mod will not go easy on you this time, I don't think. Or he might give you a timeout rather than a block, hopefully. But now there's going to be a scrum beat. Australia got this ball at the back, and it is a penalty. They stood up in the scrum. It's a call from the referee. Now backline movement once again, starting to open up for the Australians. It's going to be a Fakosilia going on the inside, and also what the heck. Says it was Katie Dixon also does actually get warm here despite what people say. And we had our first rain in over a month today. That's a nice backline movement. And Faith Nathan will once again run it in for the try now. And also, you gone, Muppet, you gone. There's David the Mod there. That's the thing. He was probably on thin ice. And then as soon as he started spamming, that was going to be the downfall. Look away for 2 seconds, and it's Chat McGinnon. And then also Australia versus New Zealand in the final, says Justin. It does seem that way at this stage, and Black Fern's best in the world. Although I think the Australians would have something to say about that currently. They have won the series. That's a long drop kick, but it's only going to make it to almost the 22. And the weather in Langford right now is 13 degrees cloudy, says Craig. So an absolute blinder, I guess you could call it, for Canada. But 176 tries in this competition already. That is actually very high for a competition. Definitely because we're only at the semi-finals and Trans-Tasman final. Says Nov Mum, going to be a great one between New Zealand and Australia. We will be covering that one on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Our ball on the outside. Oh, face plant. It's not going to be too nice for her, unfortunately. Flood down the wing. Stacey Flood getting her face, I guess, smashed into the AstroTurf. Now backline movement here for Ireland. The thing is, if Australia scored 3 in this first half, can Ireland do the same in the second? They are currently recycling this ball. It's a penalty there. Faith Nathan is penalised there. The goddess. Sorry, there says it was Laxack. So it looks like they do want to scrum here for Ireland. And this is a big moment. Because if Ireland get a try now, they are still in this game. And also, yes, Justin Blackburn's consistently beaten the Aussies. He's MH Joy. Although the thing is, Australia looking good. That's my little concern. I feel like that's the thing. They're 2 tries off scoring the record for the most tries in a sevens tournament. And what is the record for tries in a sevens tournament, men's and women's? Oh, I don't actually know that, but I know that by a singular team for the women's, it is 31, held by New Zealand and Australia, currently sitting on 29 with still plenty of games left, including, the rest of this one in the final. That should be plenty of time for Australia. Nice offload from Ireland. And now the back line starting to open up. And they have got good pace on the outside. Crow going for the corner. She's tackled hard. That was a good shot from, I believe it was Pakusalia. She might have broken her hand in the process. Okay, she might have really hurt her thumb, but she saved a try. That was a massive collision. She came in. She was able to knock the ball out of her hands. And then I think it was the thumb that did land awkwardly. So she has saved a certain try there. And that is some brilliant work, but she hurt her thumb in the process. I would love to see your women's sevens, or I would love to see women's sevens Sports Illustrated. Your women's A7s. See, having your in there, it seems like, as in your women's as in New Zealand, I assume that is. And also we have got the Australia are the best in the world, just like the Brumbies yesterday, says Craig. And also Irish will not score once in this game. And where did you get that? Irish score 3 tries here, right? Says Craig there as well. I mean, they were kind of close there. And also we have got that Nonu has said, I don't want to see your face. I want to see the game. World Rugby YouTube channel is where you can see the game, Nonu. So be sure to check that out. Or World Rugby website is your other option. And there as well. Those are you two. Currently, Michaela Blythe, she's very happy with that one there. See, that's the thing. Back when I started doing the sevens, that kind of comment would have been like, oh, it's hit me in the soul. But now I'm like, I'll just tell you where I can watch it. It also meant I wish I missed those kind of comments. Me too. I feel like we haven't seen too many of them recently. And Jasmine Joyce is wasted on Ash Welsh, says Fletcher. I'd love to see her back in the Great British side, even though I don't think it is going to be the case, sadly. But she is phenomenal out on the wing. And also Australia will score another 5 tries in this game and then score 8 tries against the Kiwis in the final. Says Craig there as well, but currently 19-0 in favour of Australia. And also Hamish has evolved, says Lax Axel there. Slowly but surely, eh? And also we have got that boy stop there, says Katie Dixon. I feel like that's like telling him off, isn't it? But yeah, World Rugby, best bet. That's the thing. I'll probably still give the same answer if they go, where can we watch the game, please, compared to show the face or don't show your face. We want to see the game. I'll still tell you exactly where to watch it anyway. Like either way, I don't mind. But now it is going to be Ireland. We'll be receiving this kickoff. Shani Williams about to kick this ball now. And like they say, a couple handling errors for Ireland in the early stages. Okay, 5 is going off for an HIA here, actually. So that is going to be Amy Lee Murphy-Crow. Does have to go off for an HIA. So I think she smacked her head quite hard on the ground. And they have decided that halftime was not quite enough to check if she was all right. So they are going to be checking her out now. And now taken nicely by Ireland. And also we have got you won't be able to watch the game at all. I'm going to smack you upside your head so hard that you go temporarily blind. Jeez, okay. I guess he's been told, isn't he, for that one? But now currently on the 22. And also, you're utterly professional, Hamish. I would have let it rip on him, says Sebastian. Now passing it back across. Nice tackle made by Australia. Knock on from Ireland once again. The finals is Blackburns. A chance to avenge a surprise made 2021. Defeated Aussie. Yeah, Katie, whatever happened to good manners, or good manners, I should say. And there says David the Mod. Currently now it's going to be another drop ball, unfortunately, for Ireland. Okay, they are talking to one of the Australian coaches, Tim Walsh. He's saying we got a few systems in play. And he will be very impressed with how the Australians are playing throughout this tournament. They are conceding very few tries. They didn't concede up against Spain. They didn't concede up against Spain because they played them in the group stage as well. They didn't concede up against Mexico. The only game that they may have conceded a try in would have been their game up against Canada. I think they might have given away a try. And also we have got their, I guess they just went out of style, brother. Says Katie Dixon. They do get you a long way, though. You know, you please and thank yous. Nothing wrong with them. I say please way too much. Like sometimes I say please like 3 times in a sentence on the phone. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that many times, but 2 would have been well and truly excessive enough. Now passing it back. It'll be nicely taken by Ireland. And also we've got the Charlotte case. Like, why are you so effortlessly gorgeous? Says Lax Axel there. So that's the thing. Like, I feel like she is definitely the fan favourite, isn't she? Out of the Australian side by the sounds of it. And also she's amazing, isn't she, with the 10 out of 10? The Irish women are not quite where the men are. But when they do pump the money into them like they do, but when they do pump the money into them like they did the men's, says Flesh, and although they were in the final in Seville up against the Australians, and now they are hoping to go forward. Unfortunately, going forward does mean running backwards just for now. Backline movement once again going to be going out wide for Ireland. It is in the hands of their number 9, Lucy Mahal. It's loose. It's gone backwards, they have said, and it will be play on just for now. And also we've got there, we shall see who is the best in the Aussies versus a Blackburns final. And yeah, you're doing your job, bro. Says it was Justin. Now going to be going forward once again. Australia counter ruck not quite working out. They haven't actually really touched the ball in the second half as of yet. And Ireland have worked out that to win this game, they do need to have a lot more of the possession. It's a nice step there for Ireland. Still available for them. This is about 7 or 8 phases in a row. This is actually brilliantly done from the Irish. And now the backline movement is starting, but Australia's cover defense is just that strong and that quick that it just seems like the gap is nowhere near. Now passing it back across. There's going to be Brittany Hogan, the replacement. Seeing what she can do with it. Now down the wing. It's a nice little bit of link-up play. I believe this is going to be the first try of the half for Ireland. It's not the quickest chase. In fact, she was tackled high. And she almost didn't get that ball down. It's going to be a double blow of the whistle. And unfortunately for her, I believe Dominic DeToy is going to come in there and get herself a yellow card, or Madison Levi, in fact. So she was going too high, but that was not a very fast foot race at all. Well, unfortunately, Kinlan just didn't quite have the pace at third place. Who wins, Ireland or France? I think France might be able to take that one. I think Charlotte has stunning eyes. Wouldn't you agree, Hamish? Says David the Mod as well. I mean, I don't know whether or not, surely I'm allowed to say in your take, Hamish. I think that is the take on the France versus Ireland. So I'll say France win that one, although Ireland, I'm liking what they're doing here. Just able to get that ball down in the end for Ireland, and a yellow card for Madison Levi. The little bit of momentum might be changing here. In this game, they've had all the position in the second half. That one has missed. She does seem like a very bubbly personality of a person, Charlotte Cassock, but I think most of the Australian side are. They are all in very good high spirits for these competitions, but that's because they keep on winning them. So as you would be. And now Charlotte Cassock takes it nicely once again. Now Lily Dick goes across, and it's a nice step going forward. Now running up the middle. This could be the try for Australia, and it would be Soraya Paki, who is able to go on the fresh legs of Australia. They are going to be able to go in and get themselves another try that has shut down that little kind of comeback that was coming on for the Irish. But now Madison Levi, she is still off the field for another 43 seconds. She's actually timed it perfectly so that there's exactly 2 minutes left when she does get to come back out. A bit of a yawn there. So pretty much the plan is we are going to be doing the final. That is taking place at 11:58 a.m. in the time until the final. I am going to be setting up the final live stream, and then I am going to see the inside of my eyelids for a little bit of time, see what they look like, and then I'll wake up and then be back for the final. Oh, that kick almost missed for the drop kick, but she has just got it over there. But I believe Paki, she will be on for Shani Williams, or someone is on for Shani Williams anyway, because of the fact that she is not the one doing the kicking anymore. Now, Australia have scored 31 tries this weekend, tied for the most all-time in a single event. The thing is, they've still got a final ahead of them, Australia, and they might be able to get them one more here. And also, Machoi, Aussies are the best even before the final, and have good style, the Aussie girls. Here's Craig there. Currently, I mean, Ireland versus France is going to be a cool matchup. We actually got to see it in the group stage. That's another knock-on from Ireland, unfortunately. That's a shame. They have had so many knock-ons throughout this matchup. I'm just going to check what that score between France and Ireland actually ended up being in their group stage matchup of the Sevens. But even though it's 9:30 a.m. in the morning, there is a lot on. Currently, the MLR, they are going to have a game in an hour and a half. That I'll see whether or not I can watch some of that if I am awake. If I'm awake, I'll try and watch some of the MLR because I'm missing quite a bit of it, and I need to start schooling myself up a little bit more knowledge before I do my live stream with Katie, because or else then she will just well and truly show me up, and that would not be good. It would be for her because, of course, local USA lady, she will have quite a bit of knowledge, but if I just sit there going, I don't know who anyone is, I don't think it will quite work out. I'll just have to say, go back to my old days, in fact, of going the number 6, the number 5, the number 4, and now they've passed it off the back line, number 7, going to have a run. And also, yes, MLR, and also, there's a Legion game on today, says Katie Dixon. Then I think there's a lot of what the comments were last time we did Sevens was you don't even know what the players' names are. But it was more of I just couldn't remember them. And now I know a lot of the players, so I don't get that one anymore. Rest up, mate. I won't be here for the final. Need to get some shut-eye myself. Wishing everyone a wonderful day and an enjoyable stream. Big love, everyone, says Sebastian. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We've had a lot of hours of streaming this weekend. So it has well and truly earned a massive break for yourself, Mr. Moderator Sebastian. And hopefully you do get yourself some good sleep. And also, lots of guys in the MLR. Lots of them are Super Rugby guys. Big love, says Katie Dixon there as well. But currently 4 seconds left now in this semi-final matchup. Can Ireland get themselves one more try? So that matchup that we did see between Ireland and France in the group stage, I do see ended up being in favour of... No, Ireland beat Japan. Who else did Ireland beat? I'm just going to have a quick look and see whether or not they did beat France or whether they did end up losing, but that is going to be the end of this game, and the score will be 26 points. See, their game up against France was 28 points to 12 in favour of France, so they have certainly got that little bit of an advantage going into that third place playoff. But now Ireland, they have been beaten 26 points to 25, and it will be a Trans-Tasman final, New Zealand versus Australia for that one, and that's going to be an exciting game, probably a nerve-wracking one for both sides. Great call, Hamish. Yes, much love all. Says David the Mod. So I guess we will see you guys back in a couple hours' time. So that final, it is kicking off at 11:58 a.m. We will be starting at 11:55 a.m. on the channel, and we will be prepping ready to go for that matchup between New Zealand and Australia. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it is a great matchup, and hopefully it's relatively close in the process. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all. We have got, wait a minute, anyone know of a Villa for 8 in the mid for the summer? A Villa for 8 in the mid in the summer. Tell you what, that would be all right, wouldn't it? Is that Mediterranean, I assume? Be all right, wouldn't it? Nice for that. Can we squeeze it to 9, and can I come for a family trip? If it is a family trip, or is it like a lad's holiday? Lads. I've never been on a lad's holiday. I once went to the pub with the boys because they ordered a pizza, and we just got looked at funny because everyone was like, are those guys actually old enough to be here? And we were, but we just looked young. And also, good luck to the Legion, and yes, Sebastian as well. So the cup final for New Zealand, there's some super session games coming up. Fiji will be taking on Spain, Canada, USA, so that's a battle of the Northern American region. Then also France versus Ireland, battle of Europe, and then New Zealand versus Australia. As well as I don't sleep in when the final is on. Says Craig, yeah, I'm going to set like 3 alarms just to make sure that I do actually wake up for it. And also sometimes a lad's holiday is just a lad with a pizza with the 10 out of 10 from Katie Dixon. Yeah, trips. And yes, and it's family. And yes, you could come, says Lucian. I feel like that would be very awkward, wouldn't it? Like you'd just all be there with your family, and everyone would just, you know how it's like those scenes in the movies, how everyone's just eating and then everyone's just looking down like, who is this random guy that you've invited, Flesh? And like, you'll probably get a lot of weird looks. But, I mean, depending on where we are, I might be able to just go away from the family a little bit, just play some golf or something by myself, and then just come back at night time and be like, right, guys, I'm back. I'm just going to crash quickly. I've realized the next game's actually just starting now. Mexico taking on, I think it is Japan. Yes, it is. And nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all in a couple of hours' time for the final, and we will see you all for the next one.